the Popish Plot. I'm Nate.
I'm Jessica.
And I'm Mike.
Today is Monday, and so therefore it is a Memento Mori Monday.
Remember your death.
Death, death, death.
We like that!
Do you want to do it over again?
No, it's okay.
There's plenty of death for everyone.
Yep.
Death enough to go around.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. So anyways, as we've mentioned before, we are, for a Lenten devotional, doing the Memento Mori.
One of several. As always, I'm overbooked.
Yes, from Sister Theresa Aletheia Noble.
I don't know why I bothered reading the book for the Thursday talks. Father pretty much goes and puts them as bullet points that I have to put on the screen anyway.
We'll see.
That's neither here nor there. That's another episode.
Whereas
Yes.
I am terrible with devotionals, because there are days where by the time I get to the point where I should be doing a devotional, I'm simply so exhausted that I just want to stop.
Well, I will say, at first, the first week of Lent, not actually the first week of Lent, but the days after Ash Wednesday,
days, yeah.
I tried to do, Remember Your Death in the morning with some of my other devotionals, but it really is an end of day thing, so that makes it a little scattershot.
Yeah,
so some days in the morning I do the previous night's examine.
Yeah. I'm currently at the point where out of, I don't know, we're starting the third week, so we've had 2 full weeks plus about a half.
2.5 weeks.
So say about 17, 18 days in.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
17, 18 days in.
Yeah.
I've maybe done 6 of the days, maybe 8 tops.
Well, as Father says, if you haven't been doing your Lenten thing very well, start now.
Yep.
Salvage the rest of Lent.
And that's what I'm trying to do. So, while we're on that subject, we like to ask the question, how are you doing with your Lent? We don't expect you to answer us right away, because...
No, we'll wait.
We don't have two-way technology. This isn't a live show. They can't, type in their answer. We're still waiting on the live show for enough people to comment to make
about
cheese.
cheese.
For the moment, I'm very glad this is not a live stream.
That's
I find
fair.
them maddening.
That's fair.
So, one of my Lenten disciplines has been not to use the snooze button. That is going very, very poorly.
Well, you should use my method to not use the snooze button. I simply set 4 alarms.
I've done that also.
Largely because the snooze button is broken on my clock. Because the clock I've had since college.
Mm-hmm.
No, we got that one after college.
Oh, it was shortly after. We
It
just
was
got
after we got
exactly
married.
the same kind.
Yeah.
It's still.
But yeah, so we...
And on my phone, I sometimes accidentally hit snooze, but that's different.
Sure.
For my Lenten sacrifices, I have given up both watching YouTube and playing video games. And so far, I'm smashing it.
Although I have pointed out to him the silliness of doing vLent
It
and
does-
giving up YouTube.
It does make quality assurance a little difficult on my part. I simply have to take on faith that everything's going well.
Well, for example...
Fortunately, I do have an app that lets me go and check feedback on episodes without having to go into YouTube proper and play videos. So I can go and, if people go and comment, I can go and see those comments.
So you're totally fine violating the spirit as long as you're still adhering to the letter.
No.
Well, he's not watching any videos.
I'm not
it's
watching
just a list
YouTube.
of what comments show up on our episodes alone.
It's essentially like as if the comments were getting emailed to me. I'm not actually using YouTube. I'm simply...
Sure. Whereas I've been doing Exodus 90 since January, but the Popish Plot falls under the broad category of essential tasks.
Yeah.
Year to year, the Popish Plot, essential.
Essential.
If you're not already watching us, you should be, because it is essential.
Essential.
It's good for churchy stuff and religious-y things.
That's right.
Religious-y purposes and churchy stuff. So, one thing that I really liked from today's entry is a prayer that I've been praying for a couple years now. The Anima Christi.
Yes, I've been praying that one as well.
The ironic thing, of course, is that I always use the Latin title, but I don't yet know the prayer in Latin.
Yes, he uses the Latin title and prays it in English. I use the Latin title and pray it in Latin.
Well, part of the reason is the only time I pray the Anima Christi is after I've received the Holy Eucharist.
Mm-hmm.
And so that just strikes me as a particularly poor time to then be pulling my phone out of my pocket to access the Latin prayer and practice memorization. Now, that's my fault. I should be saying it other times during the day when I would feel less awkward using my phone. But for me, it's a post-communion prayer.
In fairness, I use it for the same purpose. Or I use it at the same time, I should say. I simply wrote it down, so I had a little note to remind me of how to say it. Because, in my opinion, it was a prayer that was originally written in Latin.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of sort of written for Latin, in that it has a rhythmic,
Meter?
poetic, it has a rhythmic meter to it that creates a poetic effect.
Plus, as we've established in previous episodes, Latin.
But we established that Latin isn't magic.
It's not magic.
I heard the other way around. Latin definitely is magic.
Every time I imply that anything in church is magic, you point out that it is not magic.
Except
that's
Latin.
Not the right term.
Completely magic.
Totally magic. Unless, of course, you can't read it, in which case, it's not magic.
Is this like the meme about the reason why people stop using Latin is because they, mispronounce something and accidentally summon something?
It seems possible.
Totally.
So, the beauty of the Anima Christi.
Yes.
Soul of Christ, sanctify me. Body of Christ, save me.
Blood of Christ,
cleanse me.
Yep, there we go.
It's intensely Eucharistic, and even beyond that, it's talking about the substance that is used to save us. It's not just the will of God. Because we are embodied creatures, and because the Lord became incarnate, He gives us His whole self.
Yeah.
Yes. And if it wasn't for the fact that we'd much rather talk about death, we'd probably instead be talking about that very fact, because today happens to be...
the solemnity of the Annunciation.
Yes.
But the beauty of it is, the Christ that we receive every time we receive the Holy Eucharist is the resurrected Christ. And what had to happen before He could be resurrected?
He had to be
He
crucified.
Death. So it still works.
Yeah.
It is.
Because we've not only already died with Christ in our baptism, one death that we should remember, but we focus on death because death is not the end for the Christian. Death is just the end of this first testing phase of life. And after that, resurrected into glory.
And we can walk through walls. It's in the Bible.
I know!
See, I like the later parts of the prayer, where it becomes very Christ-centric in our lives. For example, within your wounds, hide me. Never let me be parted from you. From the evil one, protect me. In the hour of my death, call me. This is very, it's not about a...
Nope.
It's about death.
This is totally about death. But I'm saying our salvation. It's not about us. It's about Jesus.
As Bishop Barron says again and again and again, your life is not about you.
That's right. It's not about you.
And
I was going to go somewhere from there, but
I for one am really glad for that because I'm okay, but
yeah, yes, you should all be glad it's not about me.
We are every day
because I've seen the world that's all about me. And that is a terrifying thing, even for me.
So, Jess?
Yes. I have no strong opinions on this prayer. In English or Latin. Although it does sound prettier in Latin.
Everything. Walking that that middle way. Love it. So, Lent rolls on. Stick to those disciplines. If you've fallen off the wagon, jump back on. If you've taken on way too many things, maybe now's the time when you cut back and you're to a manageable load. Or, if you're like me, you just double down.
That, or maybe you're realizing your Lent is relatively easy, and now might be a good idea to either put down something else or pick up a little something extra.
I'm talking to you, person who insisted that they could have desserts at the meeting because they gave up unseasonal fruit you can't buy this time of year for Lent. That is not a sacrifice.
That's not even in keeping with the spirit of the sacrifice of Lent.
Dirty pool. Dirty pool. So, continue to pray, continue to fast, continue to give alms.
And until next time, remember to live your faith.
Love your faith.
Share that love. And also to remember your death. I've now got the Our Father memorized in Latin. Still working on the Anima Christi.
Ooh, our Father, that one's a tough one.
It is. The only way I did it was just by murdering it for weeks and just repetition. Mm-hmm. And then one day it clicks.